Good evening, everyone. My name is John, and welcome to the uh, Old Folks Boogie 2 channel. And this is my 15 minutes that I produce every day for nobody in particular except myself. It's always been said that I like to hear myself chat or talk. Yeah, I like to hear myself talk. So, yeah, I guess that's true because here I am hearing myself talking. I don't think anybody else is even bothering. But that's okay. Maybe someday my kids will actually consider watching what I have done. Maybe not. They may not have lives boring enough to allow for the implementation of 15 minutes a day of the old dad. Um, but anyway, speaking of old dads, I'm not sure if he is a dad or not. I guess, well, I don't know. I never. But today I learned that I wish I had learned earlier, but it turns out that one of my heroes, David Crosby, of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young fame, of the Byrds fame, of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fame, all of that rolled into one. David Crosby is, of all things, giving an advice column on Rolling Stone, in Rolling Stone magazine. Um, I learned about it through a little shot on the Yahoo homepage when Rolling Stone, I guess, put a little ad out or something, or I don't know how it got there. But anyway, I clicked on it because anything that interests David Crosby interests me. If he's got someplace to chat, I would go listen to him. But yeah, it was pretty good. If you get a chance, just go to Rolling Stone and type in, it's Ask Croz, C-R-O-Z, Croz, C-R-O-S, Crosby. Ask Croz. That's the title of it. So just type in Ask Croz into Google and it'll come up. It's pretty funny. He asks or answers very strange questions. He has people writing in, and then some of it's on video actually. Some of it was written, but some of it was on video. It was pretty funny. David is, I'm old. He's up me by 7 years, and he's been through a lot more than I have physically. Don't know how he survived it. He said that in his one thing on this, I didn't realize it. He spent 72 days in the hospital. I guess that was the liver transplant. Whew. Well, I have a friend that's had a liver transplant. Yep. So, yeah, there for the grace of God. But his was, related to alcohol and abuse, and other people have the same problem. Some people get liver disease, but most people drink their livers to death, or drug their livers to death, or something of that sort. But anyway, David Crosby has survived. He is clean now for a long time, he says. He does smoke pot. Yay! Go get him, pot smokers. He does. But he had some advice for somebody that had once been a heroin addict, heroin and cocaine, and thinks he's clean after a year and wants to go try pot. And David Crosby says, no, don't do that. You haven't been clean long enough. You don't understand yourself well enough. Good advice. And he has some advice on some very strange subjects. People ask very strange questions of David Crosby. I'm not sure why that they do that, but it's okay. He's willing to answer them. Craggy old man with long gray hair. It sounds like me. I'll be glad to answer questions too. I may not have any better answers than he does. Maybe I might have some better answers than he does. I don't know. I thought his answers were pretty good, but he was a little tough on people. He was no Dear Abby, that's for sure. he, yeah, didn't have any. Well, I mean, maybe a little tact a couple of times, but even he says, it is what it is. He's 77 years old. You want to ask him a question, expect an answer, but not necessarily the one you want. And that's basically the way it is these days. When you get to this age, this level of survival, the fact that he could survive 7 decades, me, him almost 8 decades, still playing. He's on tour this spring, and he's on tour. So more power to it. My golly, I'm proud of it. But he's not a 49er, so yeah, I can listen to him, but I don't want to talk to him necessarily. I mean, I would, but he's not on my list of 49ers that I need to talk to. I need to talk to 49ers. I want to see. I'm a 49er. I want to find out all the other 49ers what they're like too. But David Crosby is certainly an interesting character. I've been listening to his music for many, many decades. Many. I have the Byrds available to me all the time. Of course, I have Amazon Music, so anytime I want to say, hey, Alex, play me a Byrd song, it'll be no problem. She'll take care of it. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. In fact, I was just the other night I was up late. I was tired, and I was sitting in an easy chair here in the living room, and I had Southern Cross playing over and over and over again. I could listen to that song so often. And then, after 3 or 4 times, maybe I would switch off and have him play Teach Your Children, or Deja Vu, or just anything, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, which was when I could sing and had a little bit of a falsetto in my voice before I ruined it through years of abuse of cigarettes. I thought that maybe I could sing at that time, but anyway, I had a little bit of a falsetto, and I could sing along with Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. Cannot do that anymore, but still one of my favorite songs. Could just close my eyes and listen to it almost, that's one of the problems anymore. When I'm driving, if the music's too good, I want to close my eyes and just listen to it. I can't do that. But I do like driving with good music. And I like driving with music on you can just ask for. I can go onto my phone and tell my phone to play this certain music, and it will. I just find it amazing, the technology. So I don't even have to worry about music anymore, where it's coming from. I just won't, if it's there and for me to listen to, I listen to it. But anyway, so good, congratulations, David, on your your second, third, I don't know how many jobs you've had in your life, but advice columnist, hopefully it's just a slight offshoot from music. Not about 5 albums in 5 years these days, putting out a lot of music. David Crosby. But they're all my heroes too. Crosby, Stills, Nash, Neil Young, all of that group of people. Linda Ronstadt, the Eagles, Don Henley, Glenn Frey, all of the, of course, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles. Want me to start naming 60s and 70s and 80s? Steely Dan, Doobie Brothers. These are all people that I love. Whew. There's just too much good music out there. You don't even need to worry about it anymore. It's not, actually, I shouldn't say it's too much good music. There's plenty of good music out there for anybody that wants to listen to it. That is a fact. Anyway, but David Crosby's got an advice column, so that's pretty good. I wish somebody would ask me for advice, and then I could give it to them and see if it works or not. It's trial and error. Guys, one of the things years ago, when I was fresh in the car business, the guy that was training me on how to sell cars said, never ask a question that can be answered with a yes or a no. You want to ask a question that takes expansion from your customer, from the person you're dealing with. So you ask that question, and then let that response come back and inform your next question. Took a long time to learn that lesson. Really long time to learn that lesson. Longer than it should have. I was still pretty good at the business, but anyway, neither here nor there. These are the questions that Dave's getting, and they are, um, he's giving really good long answers. I can't wait for it to continue. I went and caught up on everything that he had to say I think he's been actually doing this for over a year now. I think it's only once a quarter, or they publish it. I'm not sure if it's once a month. I don't think it's every issue, because there's certainly, if it's every issue, they'd have a lot more questions and answers than they have right now online. But as it is, there's quite a few, and they're in different. So you have to, go from one section to the next section. But it's easy enough. But I caught up. It's like it didn't take very long. Um, but it's like binge watching something on TV, except you get to do it in 25 or 30 minutes here, and you're all done and you're caught up. And then just wait for the next episode. The next time he says something, and answers somebody's my advice question. David Crosby giving advice. Even he thinks it's funny. I mean, he just can't believe. I think they must be paying him for it. I don't know why he would do it for free. He might, but I'm assuming that he gets paid for it. So he's chuckling at the fact that somebody's willing to throw money at him. Just write him a check to sit in front of a camera and, tell people they're stupid or they're smart or they're, or any number of things. What a great job that is. His primary job, though, is writing music, and that he is, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, songwriter, I mean, everything. He is the whole package. But, luckily I have grown up in an era, of phenomenal music. The 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, some. But, those decades that I'm speaking of, really through the 80s, some of the 90s, I mean, the music that came out, especially from the West and the Southwest, everywhere. I mean, there's just so much great rock and roll music in those eras. And unfortunately, today's music, I know, I'm just like my father, I guess. Cannot deal with it. I mean, I can hear it, but it doesn't do anything for me. I don't hear any of the lyrics, the story, the melody, I don't know, all of it that puts together. But, I wish some of these people would go out and, take a Joni Mitchell album and a Crosby, Stills and Nash and a Leon Russell album and a bunch of other, and just go out and listen to them and see what real music is. Because the stuff that I hear today just doesn't do it for me. I don't hear any of the warmth and I don't know. Well, and plus a lot of it is just pure. I don't even know what you call it. I mean, I'm sure there's decent hip hop and decent rap and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it just seems everybody is doing it in an angry fashion, not in a loving fashion or a caring fashion or anything like that. I mean, there's always domination of some sort. I don't know. It's just I haven't listened to it well enough or long enough or enough of it to really be a judge. But to my ears, modern music just doesn't. I mean, I hear it on TV. I hear other people. I don't hear the song. That's just me, I guess. Anyway, guess what time it is? It's the end of another 15 minutes. Wow. I can't believe it. And we even forgot to talk about the picture of the day. I don't know where that bridge is. If anybody does, tell me. Beautiful picture. I hope you caught the first 10 seconds of the show. But anyway, good night. Take care. Take care of each other. Be good to whomever you can.